Hello? Hello? We live? We alive? We awake? We alive? We alert? We enthusiastic? Are we live? Do we exist? Are we in the realm of the living yet? Okay, we are live indeed. Boys, how we doing? How are we? How you been? Yo yo! How we doing, lads? How's the week been? How's the wife? How's the kids? Eating spaghetti? Dude, enjoy your spaghetti. I want spaghetti now. I want to eat some spaghetti. Doing poggers, doing good. That's great to hear. Poggers, boys, we are live. How are we? How are we doing? It's been a week. It's been a hell of a week. For me, mostly it's been a chill week, but the world is still in peril as far as I'm concerned. My wife left me. No, this is so sad. I'm fine. TOUHOU, of course. Do you know D's? Wow, what's D's? Anyway, we're playing Audiosurf. I haven't done an Audiosurf stream in ages. Like, the last Audiosurf stream was probably like months ago. And they were always heaps of fun. There was lots of fun. Basically how it works, Audiosurf is a game where you can ride your music. It's kind of a rhythm game. You can put in any song you want, like an MP3 or a WAV file or whatever, and it creates this little track that you ride a spaceship, dodging things based on how the music is. It generates tracks based on the beats in the songs. So you can put in any song. And today we're gonna do TOUHOU and Deltarune Chapter 2 music. So yeah. Yesterday I had a headache that lasted all day, then woke up today. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic that your headache is gone. Sucks when you're just like incapacitated for a whole day with a headache. Legitimately sucks. This week has been so stressful. New background sound, awesome dude. I'm happy to be background noise. So, I'm taking requests. Let me know, TOUHOU song or Deltarune Chapter 2 song. And I'll play it. Any TOUHOU song from the games that you see here, like the main games, plus Violet Detector. So, let me know some suggestions. Hey, random JoJo fan, how we doing? In the stream with innocent treasures instead of solar sect. Cool wife you have down there. Yeah, it's Queen. It's Queenie. Clownpiece theme. Okay, so Flight of the Bamboo Cutter. Clownpiece theme. Audiosurf is, well, you put in MP3s and it generates a track for you to ride around in. It's a rhythm game, pretty much. I explained it like 5 minutes ago. Suno's theme. Good suggestions, lads. Good suggestions. First, we're going to do Flight of the Bamboo Cutter, it looks like. Where is that? There. TOUHOU 8. It's fun. I like to talk about Zun's composition and, you know, the games and stuff while I'm playing them. I think it's an all-around good time. Audiosurf, what's your take on the sequel? I've played the sequel. I don't know, I prefer the original. The sequel just has too many moving parts, and it's kind of got a bit too much. The original was just kind of simple. Let me know how the audio sounds, if it's too much, if it's too loud, you know. But yeah, we're playing some TOUHOU 8 music. Man, last time I played an Audiosurf game, we played like a large majority of TOUHOU 8 music because it's just that good. TOUHOU 8, my favorite game of all time. Favorite TOUHOU game of all time. Just in terms of gameplay, music. And this song is kind of just like, it's the part B boss, the second ending boss or whatever. Secret boss. Jesus Christ. That Zunpa goes so hard. Like, there's something about the song that's just really well composed. It loops around perfectly. It does like a little backflip for you as it finishes the song. Jesus, that Zunpa. Pain. Okay. How's the audio? How's the audio? I'm just checking. Funny man plays funny game. You betcha. TOUHOU 8 is very good. I indeed concur. Increase the game audio here. Can do, Apple Store. Yeah, I am playing a music rhythm game. I just don't want like my voice to be drowned out, you know. Alright, hopefully that's a bit better. Back into this thing. It's Kaguya's theme, man. And I think it's kind of perfect for Kaguya. It doesn't go too hard. It's got like its soft parts with the flute and shit. But overall, it's still pretty powerful for a final boss. And Kaguya is literally immortal, so it's like you kind of got to give it some oomph. And it's the final boss and everything, or the Part B final boss if you didn't pick Eren, which most people do. But Kaguya, it's a fun boss fight. She does show up at the end to say hi and do a dab and then run away. There's so many remixes of this song, and it's justified. There's one part of the song where the piano goes down, and I think it's after this. It's just like it strips away all the instruments, and it's pretty much just the piano and the drums. And that's like my favorite part of this song. I think that it comes after this part, maybe? I don't know, I haven't actually heard this song in a while. It's one of those TOUHOU 8 songs that normally I revisit, and I used to revisit them when I was doing polls for the G-Boys Discord, and we voted on which song was the best way back in the day. But I don't know, I haven't heard the song in a while since then, pretty much, since I went back and listened to it. God, that Zun just goes forever! Man. Zun is really, oh Christ. He's really just the best at this. If you don't know, I gotta dodge the grey ones. I think it's kind of obvious. Dodge the grey ones, get the orangey, colourful ones. And that's how you win the game. Man. It's got this main melody that just kind of sprawls out in front of you. And you just go, oh my god. How? It's also this and Moku's theme. I kind of get the two confused. They have like a similar feeling to them, which makes sense. It's kind of indicative of their status and their relationship and shit, being like immortal rivals, pretty much. So I can kind of understand why I get the two confused. Like Flight of the Bamboo Cutter, Lunatic Princess, and Immortal Smoke. I think that's what Moku's theme is called. Regardless, still an awesome song. I'm still gonna vibe to it every time it comes on my playlist. This melody here is just insane. It's pretty much just two notes, like that's the main motif pretty much, and then he just layers this crazy like counter melody on top, in the synth. It's wild, and there's a guitar in the back. You can barely hear it, but there's the guitar that was used for Raisin's thing. It's so quiet though. Can you hear the roaring cars outside? Help me, Aaron. I don't have that. That is a remix, and we just got the main games. What a song to start us off. Oof. The part basically where it gets like intense and shit in every song, where it gets like fast and the drum pattern goes wild. That's when the track that you're riding on tends to go faster, tends to get more intense, which makes sense, and it makes for really cool gameplay. That's why I like this game. Specifically songs like Rude Buster and Deltarune, which has like a absolutely manic drum beat. It's terrible to play because it's just like based on the drums it generates these things to dodge. So because there's so many drums happening in a short amount of time in that song, it's like near impossible to play an Audiosurf. But it's still fun to attempt it. Play the Knife Spammer Girl, lol.
Every song has its own
cool.
high scoreboard.
That's a good song to do.
Here are the top internet scores for
Fate of
this
60
song.
years.
Want to compete?
Sure.
Log in.
Sure. True Administrator. Okay, so we'll do True Administrator, and then Clown Piece theme, and then we'll see where we go from there. True Administrator. That was Miko's theme. I have the Spirit World as well, or the Spirit Trance versions of every song. Funnily enough, that's just how it came. Instant loss if you hit a grey button. No, not an instant loss. If you hit too many of them, then you lose. And not to flex, but you know, this is like the hardest difficulty, by the way. You know, I'm kind of an expert. I played this like all throughout high school, pretty much. Like we had the school computers, and I used to bring this game on a USB stick, plug it into the school computers, and then after school, just play this. Hartman Yokai Girl. Yeah, we'll do Clown Piece theme, and then Hartman Yokai Girl. Hartman's Yokai. That is a weird name. Anyway, True Administrator. Awesome song. TOUHOU 13, I think. Really underrated soundtrack. I'm gonna turn this specific song down a little bit. Because different songs have different levels, you know? Still, let me know if it's too quiet. Hell yeah, Miko Theme. I really love the drums in TOUHOU 13. I think they're so unique. Zun tried a lot of new stuff in TOUHOU 13. This dude experimented. He got new instruments, new drums. The drum set is like a house freaking kind of drum set with this completely different sound. It's got like a soft kind of drum sound. It's got like it's got a lot of like hi-hats and sounds. I don't know how to describe that in words. I don't exactly know the drum set plugin like I did with TOUHOU 16's drums that Zun has still used to this day. But this drum set it's somewhere out there. It's not Retrolog. Actually, Retrolog doesn't do drums. It's not Groove Agent, because Groove Agent is TOUHOU 16's drums. Yeah, snare. It's kind of a soft snare. So pretty much, the entirety of this soundtrack just sounds like completely different. And TOUHOU 12 is where it sort of started to try new things, like Interdimensional Voyage. He kind of started to try new sounds, like this new sound font, as you'd call it, new instruments. But TOUHOU 13, he just went balls to the wall. Like, this dude just ripped out basically all the previous sounds apart from like the Zun pit and a couple of other saxophone instruments, and then just redid his entire like musical subset, I guess, that he used for this game. And it's really cool. I really like it when Zun experiments. And I think this is one of my favorite OSTs because of how many new things he tried. This is just such a different sounding boss theme. I don't know if it's my favorite. After saying this is one of my favorite soundtracks, I don't know if this is my favorite boss theme. But this part here, it's like, it just releases all the tension with the Zun pit, just high as you can, releases all the built-in tension from the first half of the song, and it's really cool. But I don't know if it's my favorite thing. I think it's kind of boring. Zun's done a lot more interesting stuff with his final boss themes, so I don't know. It's not my worst, it's not my least favorite, but it's kind of just like middle ground. He definitely tried something different, and songs like Rigid Paradise and like Starry Skies of Small Desires, I think it's what's called. The stage 6 theme in this game was really good. Really love those tracks. Among others, I don't know, Seija's theme wasn't really hitting it for me. It just kind of sounded a bit too loud, too in your face. But Rigid Paradise, he really nailed the Egyptian sound, combining it with TOUHOU. If we have time at some point, I want to play that song, because that song is I was hooked on that song for a good like 6 months at one point years ago. Yeah, I don't know. True administrator, what does that name even mean? Is Miko the administrator of a Discord server? Is she admin? She got admin perms? This part is really cool actually, with the drums and that triplet beat, I think, where it just bounces on three different beats. That part is it's a good bridge, and Zuna I think has honed his ability to make a good bridge over the years, to where he can just kind of pull it off pretty easily, and they don't all sound the same. I think bridges have a tendency to sometimes sound samey when it comes to this kind of music, but I think Zun knows that with these songs, hence why he mixed up everything in this game in terms of music. So, you know, he tries different things, just to divert from the status quo. I think it's pretty cool. I like how everyone used to think Miko was a boy. You know, like, oh my god. First male in Touhou, apart from Shopkeeper Man? No way. Impossible. Just because she didn't have, like, a massive hair flowing down to her fucking feet. This builds up tension so well. And then release. There's a thing in song making where you pretty much build up the audience's expectations and either subvert them and then bring them back around satisfyingly, or just straight up give them what they want. Give them what the listener's ear wants to hear, and just give them a massive payoff. I think subverting expectations is a better way of doing it. It generates a better song in the long run, but you know, you try to be different. You don't want to make the same song over and over again. That's why subverting expectations is a good way to keep it fresh. Lol Wriggle, short hair is best hair. I'm gonna read the chat for a sec. AOCF version Miko theme. How about Miko's hair has 2 spikes? Yeah, I thought those were like ears. I thought those were like cat ears. You sound quite passionate about this? Dude, I love Touhou music. I was obsessed with Touhou music for years. Do I have a favorite Touhou song? A lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this, but Nightmare Diary from 16.5. Nightmare Diary is my favorite Touhou theme of all time. Attack of the Killer Queen, we will do that next then. After Clown Pieces theme. Segume theme, please? Oh, Ancient Temple, that is a great suggestion. Miko's hair has those 2 ear-looking pieces because of the name. Oh, owl ears! Are they meant to be owl ears? No way! That is wild. Hey, Denmanku Bus. Welcome to 2nd tier only, dude. Absolute chat, moving up in the world. Appreciate it, man. Nightmare Diarrhea? No, that's not what it's called. Nightmare Diary. Ooh, Jesus. Let's just turn that down a little bit. Man, Clown Piece got a loud theme. Nightmare Diary is really good. Yay, yay. I have some fellow Nightmare Diary enjoyers in the chat. I am happy. Good. Clown Piece theme, here we go. Awesome theme. There's a very specific instrument being used here. It's a synth in the Retrolog VST. And it's called like Scented Candle or something. It's something about a candle. And it just sounds so different. It's the main synth that's going like da 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 da, and it sounds like it's got a second note with it. That's basically this whole synth. It just perpetually sounds like discordant, which is perfect. For Clown Piece, this instrument is just it's on point. It's spot on. Like, she is the embodiment of chaos, right? I mean, it feels that way when you're being attacked by her. And this instrument, what was it called? It was something candle. Oh, I love when it pitches up a key. I love when Zun just, like, you're in a spot where you don't expect a key change, and then he just pulls it off. And you're like, oh, shit. Dude, Zun, didn't expect that one. Yeah, it's something Candle. It's a great synth. I've considered using it for my songs, like Sprite Split OST and stuff. But I just can't seem to fit it in, you know? Like, I really want to use it, but the sound is just so hard to pull off with the what sounds like a second note underneath the synth, making it sound all weird. Like, somehow in TOUHOU 15, Zun managed to make it sound good. He managed to use this instrument without it sounding like complete crap, and that's pretty commendable. Like, when devs like Toby Fox and Zun use an instrument that's not normally used in a composition, and then like absolutely maximizes it so it sounds really good, and also creates this unique sound for like a extra boss or something that needs like a weird crazy sound to it. When they pull it off, it's like the best thing. In this part, man, when the Zun pit comes in, I'm sure every one of you knows like that feeling, like when you're just listening to a TOUHOU song and then the Zun pit comes barging in, or just, you know, loiters in. Doesn't have to slap you in the face, but when the Zun pit hits, it's that good shit, dude. It's like, it's another level of ecstasy in these songs, and in a way, I'm glad Zun is still using the Zun pit. I've talked about it a lot in past Audiosurf streams, how I don't know, sometimes he overuses the Zun pit, and sometimes he chooses not to. So he's got a kind of a different way of looking at the Zun pit, but in a way, he uses it so it doesn't get old, but also so it's still kind of, you know, kind of what we know, nostalgic, you know, bring it back from past games, like songs from Set Tep from the Dead Princess. You know, you just kind of know that there's a Zun pit in there, and you know, we associate TOUHOU music with the Zun pit at this point, so I'm glad he keeps bringing it back. And this song, somehow it works pretty well with this instrument that I was talking about. I think it's Incense Cone, actually, as this instrument's called. I don't think it's Candle. I think it's Incense Cone. Is that Meta in the chat? Meta Clang? The man himself? Yeah, Incense Cone. Retrolog has all these really weird but different and cool instruments. Like this one called Polyprops, and it's the sound in Dorami's theme when you hear like pops in the background, and it sounds like, but like they're pitched pops, they're pitched pop sounds, and it just fits so well. Like, it's such a weird sound, but he just pulls it off. Retrolog, the VST set is just, it's got all these unique sounds, and I like it when devs use unique sounds. That's my whole point of that whole rant there. Anyway, back to this glorious song. A lot of people probably associate this song with like Clownpiece throwing moons at you and literally like crushing you under the weight. Do you know any TOUHOU Eurobeat circles? Not really. Unfortunately, I don't really listen to TOUHOU Eurobeat as much as I'd like. Like, it's a really good genre, and there's some great stuff that comes out of there. But I don't know, Eurobeat has a time and a place. And even though I watched a shit ton of Initial D back in the day, like I watched the whole series, I don't know, Eurobeat, when you're in the mood, it works really well. It's a great thing to listen to, but TOUHOU Eurobeat, I don't like download them because just listening to them randomly when you're like doing something, trying to be relaxed about it, and then this Eurobeat comes on and you're like stressed as fuck. It's like, yeah. It's just personal preference, really. There's some great Eurobeat remixes of TOUHOU though. I think there's one of this song that's really popular, which doesn't surprise me. the fans in this community, they make some awesome stuff. It's really commendable some of the pieces people make out of TOUHOU themes. Like Zun makes the motifs and the basic songs. Not really basic, but you know. He makes the template, and then everybody just has their own take at it. I think that's really cool. That's one of the parts I like about fandoms like this one. You know, the ability of fans to just take things and make something absolutely crazy out of it. Like, TOUHOU was never directly meant to be Eurobeat, but that's what some people have made it become, and it works really well. There's that one version of this song that I used in a meme years ago, where Max Mofo storms through the door and is like, "Hey, stop! I'm sick of this is sickening!" And I used a very specific remix of this song, and people got mad that I called this song Sickening by proxy, using a Max Mofo meme. And they're like, "Hey, this remix is good." I don't know what my thinking was when making that meme. I think back in the day I used to like slap green screen memes onto things and then call it a day, you know? Crazy beats are criminally underrated? Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I haven't heard too many of their things, but I mean the memes and the remixes are what got me into the exactly, like the one thing that draws people into the TOUHOU fandom sometimes is just the memes and the remixes. Chapter 2, Deltarune, Attack of the Killer Queen. Really good song. Hello, I'm totally not a suspicious amogus. I'm a lawyer for victims of suspicious... kinda sus, bro. Kinda sus. Sleepless Night of Eastern Country. What? Is that from TOUHOU 8 or one of the albums? Because if it's from one of the albums, I can't do it, unfortunately. This is sickening. Unlocated Hell. Unlocated Hell is a really good song. You're playing with TOUHOU music? Right Scale wants to know your location. Ugh, Right Scale, don't even get me started, Meta. What a can of worms that is. Right Scale, the folks that go around copywriting TOUHOU songs. Ooh, we on the Deltarune. We on that good shit, dude. Smart Race. Oh, I want to do Smart Race next. I'm doing Smart Race after this. Oh, that's a bit too quiet. Okay, just a little bit. Alright, we good. This is probably my favorite song from Deltarune Chapter 2, Attack of the Killer Queen. Specifically this song. This drop is just, it goes so hard. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. You know, we jam into Attack of the Killer Queen out here. It just goes so hard, this song. Toby nailed the compositions in this chapter. You've probably heard that a million times from a million other people. Specifically this song. There was Lena Rain, I think. Is that her name? Am I getting that right? She helped with this song specifically, and a couple of others in chapter 2. And she's a really talented musician. So the combination of Toby Fox and Lena Rain is something I was not prepared for. She did like Celeste and soundtracks like that. Ooh, this is slightly harder to play than I thought it would be. Okay, best part, boys. Early part. I love this part so much. Birdley's theme just works so well. Pearl, get the banana. Potassium. Let's go. Love this so much. I could jam to this theme all day. And this second melody that comes in afterwards, which is still part of Birdley's motifs. Oh my god, Jesus. Works really well. Ooh, there's some tough beats. Oh. See, you can see with Toby Fox songs, the drum beats he puts in. Funny Celeste person. I mean, yeah, but the soundtrack is really good. Pigstep, yeah, Pigstep. From Minecraft. Smart race time. Chris got the banana. Ended up calling Queen the Condescension's wine gal pal. Bruh. The Condescension's... Is that... That's not the Condes from Homestuck, right? Am I getting that confused? That song goes hard, dude. It goes so hard. It slaps. But Smart Race is another one of those highlights. Of course, get the banana! Smart Race time, boys. Love this as well. This is probably the first song in the soundtrack that I heard and was like, oh yeah. Download time. Slap that download button. It sounds so much like a Homestuck song. And I love that. There's like piano in the top here. Very high piano. It's very light. That just kind of tinkles. If that's one way to describe it. It just kind of tinkles about the top and completes the song's soundscape pretty much. See this part. It's a birdly motif that was playing in the Queen's song. That's how it goes in the Queen's song. He just kind of variates it. Jeez, there's a pretty harsh percussion here. A little too loud? Okay, we'll turn it down. Even though we're right at the end. My apologies. Ooh. Damn it, that's a little too quiet. That's not what we want to be. Whew. That was right at the end of the song. Undertale was heavily inspired by Touhou. Yeah, it was. It was indeed. The World Revolving or Big Shot? I'd probably prefer Big Shot, to be honest. Big Shot is just really good. Big Shot easily, yeah. Weird mix of Mega Man X and Homestuck. Yeah, Mega Man. Totally Mega Man. I definitely see that. Would prefer World Revolving. Big Shot, yeah. Should we do Big Shot next? I really want to do Big Shot. Play a Cyber's World. Okay, a Cyber's World after this, and then we'll do some more Touhou ones. Where is that bustling marketplace? That's Kiki's theme, right? Whoa. Turn it down a bit. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. I'll be your big shot, spammy boy. Let's turn that up a smidgen, a tad. You know. This, like, melody here is just... It's so simple. And it's not the greatest sounding melody. It just... The fact that it works over so many other different melodies is what makes this song great. It's just the way that the notes are structured. You can kind of put them over any chord. Like here it's played over like 3 different chords, and each time it's just repeated the da 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 da. Those 3 notes pretty much. Be a big shot, be a big shot. They're versatile notes. It's a good motif. Toby Fox is extremely good at motif design. I think that much is obvious at this point. I love when this part comes in. This is like World Revolving, isn't it? The World Revolving motif coming back in. And the Battle Against, or the Neo motif. This whole song is just it's a pile of motifs thrown together in such a way that makes an awesome song. And works like thematically and story-wise perfectly. I don't think he could have done any better. A lot of people call it the Neo fight that we all wanted. I love how it has the Dummies theme in the back. This part is great. It just sounds so jazzy. It's great. It's great. It puts a smile on my face. The dummy! That part, it's just great. A lot of things about this song is great. I have this one downloaded as well. This is probably, I don't know, like my 3rd favorite song from the soundtrack. This one specifically. Goes up a key, you see? And it's using that same instrument from Neo. Dummy! Hell yeah. Hey Froggy, how we doing? Nice profile picture you got there. Wonder who made it. Wonder who made that profile picture. Might be consistent theming. Yeah, it's very consistent theming. Cyber's World. Another awesome song. The Fields song. Lots of final stage boss themes in chat. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have a conversation about this with you guys, about like what theme we like over which theme, and you know, what's our favorite one. Oh boy, turn this down a little bit. The thing with the audio sliders in Audiosurf for the game volume, or the game audio volume, it's very sensitive, so it's so hard to get it right. Actually, I just realized this song is literally made for a rhythm game. Like, it was a rhythm game section of the game. This song is built to generate, like, things for you to dodge based on the drum beat. That's really cool. I think that this song is a match made in heaven for Audiosurf. And, other things like all those mobile games that use the same sort of concept. The song is so happy. It's just such a happy song. Generally, I'm kind of drawn away from happy songs, like major key sounding songs. Even if they throw in a couple like 7th chords just to spice it up. I think this song is kind of like melancholy in a way. This part here, it sounds kind of sad as well. It's got a sadness to it. With this instrument that sounds like it's from Core. It really sounds like it's from Core. All the way back to Undertale. It's like a wah. Kind of sounds like a baby crying. If you think about it too hard. This part, where it loops back to the major sound, it's just so good. I think a lot of people can agree that the Fields themes, like Field of Hope and Dreams, I think that's what it was called. The Field themes are definitely highlights of the game, like automatically, and they always sound so happy and major. And the last one sounded kind of melancholy as well. It had a saxophone in it. This one just sounds perfect for the theme and the mood of the game. And this part kind of sounds like a baby crying. Pearl Drop 2021. Don't take that out of context, please. And the fact that this little melody comes back, and right at the end of the song, which loops it back to the first melody perfectly. And then that loops back into the loop is just seamless there. Toby's good at loops. He likes to do the loop-de-loops. Alright, we'll pop back to some Touhou songs. Gaster motifs. Yeah, everybody sees Gaster everywhere. Emotional Skyscraper, can do apple stew. Emotional Skyscraper is a really good song. Let's play. Ooh, Corpse Voyage, that's a good suggestion. We'll do that next. Corpse Voyage is awesome. Dreaming Battle. Hey, an Alien. Ooh, you guys have good taste. I see some good tastes in the chat. Oh. Okay, calm down. Calm down a little bit. Jesus. You ever just get jump scared by Audiosurf because of songs like this? They're just like the strongest songs Zen can produce. But also, this part is very major key. Sounding kind of minorish, but it sounds very happy, which is weird. Again, it's melancholy being used well, but in a happy mood. And then it transitions into kind of a I'm gonna beat your ass mood. The inputs just sound awesome here. I saw a comment on this song years ago when I was going through the soundtracks in the G-Voice server, and we're doing polls. But I saw a comment on on one of the uploads of this video, and they basically said this is like the rawest or the purest they've heard Zunpitz used, in their opinion. And I don't know, there's a few songs that have that kind of feel where it's just, the Zunpitz aren't like hidden behind any filter or any other instruments. They're just out in the full view. Like, you know? I kind of respect when Zun does that. Songs like Cinderella Cage. Cinderella Cage, the Zunpitz go absolutely ham. And I guess you could say they're pretty pure there. They sound really like, yeah, I guess raw is a good word to describe it. And then the saxophones come in this part. Awesome theme. Zona's just so good at coming up with these final boss melodies that stick in your brain. Apart from, what was it, 18? Apart from Touhou 18's final boss, I said at the time that it was gonna be a favorite of mine, and I still think it's a really good song. It's just the main melody isn't as catchy as some other boss themes, like Touhou 17, where it's just basically 2 notes for the motif. Kiyoki's theme in the boss themes is it Kiyoki? Is Touhou 17's final boss? I think so. Oh, the key change and the Zunpitz coming out. He knows how to work it. He knows how to work that key change. Ooh. We bouncing back and forth, boys. That's what I love about Audiosurf. You can spam your mouse. And I'm using a mouse, by the way, I'm not using like a keyboard. Emotional Skyscraper. It lives up to the name. I don't know why Skyscraper. Like, where does a building come into this? Are we in a? I mean, I guess we're in Makai, right? A damaged city from like the PC98 era. Ouch! That was a stupid hit. I'm very fascinated behind the lore in like Makai and stuff like that. I'm very fascinated how that works. How Zona's gonna, you know, slowly introduce all these PC98 realms and characters. Mind you, when was the last PC98 character that he actually introduced back? There was, like, early on in the days, there was obviously Reimu, there was Marissa, there was Yuka. I don't know if... Well, Mima never came back, obviously, because that's, like, still a hot topic. What were some of the other ones that came back from PC98? And they just, instead of, like, copy-pasting the character, well, some of them were copy-pasted pretty much, like Marissa. She was just kind of more mature, I think, because she wasn't a child anymore. But there were some other characters. There was Yuka. They're all in like Touhou 9. Touhou 9 was a great one to bring back PC98 characters for some reason. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe there's not more. I thought at least there was one more that was brought back. Anyway, I am very interested in seeing how Zun's like slowly trickles back PC98 stuff. I don't know. I feel like maybe he won't, but maybe he will. Everyone wants him to. I think even Japanese fans want him to. Even though I can't understand Japanese, and most of the time I try and read it, I'm just like, yes, Hiroshima. That Hey Arnold meme where he just walks in and yes, I do speak your language, fellow weeb. Alice, yes, that's what I was thinking of, Alice. Definitely a PC98 character, and I think, was she kind of copy-pasted, or did she have her personality rewritten? I don't think so, yeah, they don't really look too different, Alice and Yuka and all that. Yuka looks like exactly the same, pretty much. Marissa just got a color palette change. I think her hair was like orange at some point. So I don't know what was up with that. Like, Marissa's hair literally used to be like red-orange, and then Zun was like, kind of like blondes more. Dude was just like, nah, I'm good, eh? Yeah, I don't know, sometimes, obviously Rainbow had pink hair, which is a bit of a, oof. Man, this part of the song is awesome. It really just is awesome to hear. When Zun like introduces a melody at the start, and then just kind of sets it in the back to chill for a bit, let some other melodies take its place, and then like as those melodies develop, bring back the original melody and like layer it on top, in a way that it actually makes it work and makes the song sound really full and really good. It's just it's awesome to see, and I think Zun's only getting better with age. I don't think he's ever gonna like go backwards in terms of composition skill. It's a great theme. I hate change. You are summing up humanity in a nutshell. I hate change, bro. Let me just shit on everything that's new until it becomes the norm 20 years later. Oof. Remember when, like, oh, Jesus. Oh. This end part is getting me somehow. I don't know. When it adds all those grey things. Wild. Cheers, Katronko. I also adore that profile pic. Cheers for the CLP 500. I don't know what currency that is, unfortunately. Zun put only native faith, anybody? Primordial beat. So I apologize if I forget themes that you've requested. My memory is not like the best. Hey, an alien. That's what we're gonna do. I know, literally my memory be like, okay. Hey, an alien, Into Backdoor. Into Backdoor is one of my favorites. Very, very good song. I'm glad you guys are suggesting songs. It's really cool to see. And I'm glad, like, you don't get bored with me rambling on about chord progressions and shit. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to just go on and on about how Zun's ear raping me. That's what I was meant to say. Zun is destroying my ears. That's a little too quiet. Little higher. I think that's good. That's fine. Ooh. Reminder that the drums generate these grey things. So because there's like constantly a drum in the back of this, there's a million and one of these grey obstacles. Ooh. I could talk for a long time about how I love Hey an Alien. I'm gonna turn this down a tad. The most threatening theme. Yeah, it's pretty goddamn threatening. Especially for an extra boss. Like, I don't normally do extras, and when I do, I perish a lot. Apart from, ironically, an imperishable night, but... Generally, the extra stage themes are so menacing. Or just, like, batshit insane. And you're like, holy crap. This melody is all over the place, but it's spiraling into... Okay, even that's a little too loud. Apologies. He manages to tame the beast, so to speak. Take the craziness and put it into a nice little package that works. This part is so different. This part with the piano, it sounds like the song just ran out of ideas or something, but then it all just seamlessly transitions into the next part. This song is such an anomaly. It's such an enigma. It's an enigmatic song. That's why I really like it. And I've learned to play the whole thing on piano. Years ago I learned this song and a bunch of other TOUHOU songs. Because learning TOUHOU songs, it's a joy. Learning TOUHOU songs on piano is an absolute joy. And this main motif where it goes doing it, it's literally a play on Theme of Eastern Story. It's literally like a play on that motif, the literally just playing with that melody and changing one note up. And then you've got this motif that can stretch throughout different chords. And I think I like the second part better than the first part. The second melody here. I like the second melody better than the first one. And when the Zun pits start playing it, man, Jesus. I was hooked on this song for a good while. I'll tell you that much. It just goes up a key, and it's so fun to play because you start out on these weird like black notes on the keyboard, and it's like kind of awkward to play. And then when it goes up a key, it gets into the white notes, and you know those are generally easy to play. They're not like you're not fumbling around. So when it goes up a key, it's like it's easy to play, and it's way more satisfying because you literally just went up a key and you made it sound better your own. And it's great. I love to see all the remixes from this song as well. Even though, I don't know, I guess they're not really made anymore. People only make remixes of new TOUHOU songs. I kind of wish I did like an arrangement of the song myself. But, I don't know, my days of doing those kind of MIDI challenges that I used to do, where I challenged myself to make a whole song using MIDI instruments and make it sound like similar to how it was in the original, I kind of stopped doing that. After, I think Sumeriko's theme was the last one I did. See, that main melody is just so insane. There's so many chromatic notes. It sounds so unhinged. There's not many other ways to describe it. And then it goes into this chord progression which doesn't sound like chromatically crazy, even though it's got kind of these crush notes in this part here. But it's still, it kind of resolves the song, changing to that new key. Instead of like going all crazy, there's a hint of you know, direction. A hint of, yeah, I'm insane, but I'm still gonna, you know, I'm still like kind of sane enough to throw enough bullets at you that you'll perish terribly. And I think that's new in a nutshell. The character that this theme is based on. In case you didn't know. The extra stage boss from TOUHOU 12. For those in chat who are unaware. And I guess it's fair to say that most people probably haven't done the extra stage of UFO. UFO was probably the game I got the second farthest in out of all the games. Imperishable Night, I got through the whole game, but UFO, I got to Byakuren, and then I was like, I can't do it anymore. I absolutely like championed through the entirety of UFO just to hear all the awesome themes and try and do it myself, because at that point I hadn't really done many TOUHOU games. Like I'd played through all of them as far as I could, but I hadn't really sat down and tried. And this time I tried, you know? I did it for 10 Desires and Imperishable Night as well, where I just sat down and gave it a good go. And TOUHOU 7 and a few others, but TOUHOU 12, I got to Byakuren and then I couldn't get past her. I just couldn't. Something about her spell cards, it was... And when you get to a stage like that, the nerves are intense. Like, at that point, your fingers are like, shaky and shit. Because you're like, oh god, if I mess this up, the whole run's over, you know? Evening Star is really good. Okay, we'll do Into Backdoor, because I remember that one. And then, give me another theme to play. I'll take suggestions. Locked Girl. Patchouli theme. Patchouli theme. Where was Into Backdoor? This one. Yeah. Sagume, Seraphic Chicken. Oh yeah, Corpse Voyage. That was the one. Corpse Voyage. Ancient Temple. Man. I've seen Seraphic Chicken quite a bit. I don't know. Y'all like cock? You like chicken? You like a seraphic chicken? Oh, Native Faith, that's a good one. Ooh. I can kind of reiterate what I've said for, oh geez, that's a bit too much. What I said for TOUHOU 13, in terms of like experimenting with music. I can reiterate it a bit with this specific track. The whole of TOUHOU 16, he labeled it as like, it's just your average freaking Danmaku shit show, you know? But TOUHOU 16, while it had like generic tracks a lot of the time, I don't know. This one is a little different. Dinmanku Bus. Appreciate the 200. Okina's first theme. Alrighty, betighty. Can do. Okina's first theme. Oh, that one's really good. That's a great suggestion. I'll prioritize that one. I'm glad I can be background noise for you. I'll just ramble away and you can do your work. Hope I don't get too distracting. Boom, boom. I also learned to play this theme on piano, and it's really fun. This is one of the tracks that it's insane, like in composition wise, but when you play it on piano, it kind of makes sense. Like all he's doing is just like the first chord, and then it goes up, and then just progressively goes back down to the first chord, like chromatically. And I don't know, from a composition standpoint, it's very clever. But it still sounds like an insane song, you know? I don't know. I instantly liked this song, I think. Hits different? Yeah, it does. It definitely hits different. And there's like a muffled piano in the back here with this weird kind of synthy popping sound in the front. I think, no, I don't know if this is Polyprop's, the instrument that I was mentioning before with Dorami's theme. But it's like a popping sound. It's really cool. Again, another example of Zun just using the weirdest instruments to his advantage, and making some insane tracks. And this one, I mean, the backdoor universe, like the dimension or whatever that you go to, you're literally like twisting and turning and flying in circles, and there's doors everywhere, and it's kind of insane, you know? It deserves a track that's equally as insane and unhinged as the characters that you fight as well. Like the mid-bosses, they're smiling the whole time. I mean, that's not unusual for TOUHOU, but like, they're wearing like gumboots on their head or something. I know it's probably a Japanese tradition. Damn it, I'm just I'm just fumbling over offending different people here. But what I'm trying to say is this level is just madness. It really just hits different. That one comment summed it up pretty well. And Into Backdoor, I mean, the name is great. Firstly, like you're going into the backdoor dimension. It's a simple 2-word name and it works. It's just a great song. All around, just an awesome song. Never heard a theme centered around specifically drums until Pristine Beat. Yeah, that's very true. Pristine Beat was focused on a drum yokai. So, Raiko, it was literally focused around the fact that she was based off a taiko drum, and that's why he put like a drum solo. But essentially the drums were almost the main instrument in that song. That's what made that song really cool. And again, if I was Zun, I don't know if I could keep it up, like all the variations of your own theme that you do. So I could make Sans jokes? No, please don't. Don't do the Sans joke. Taiko drum. So yes, we will do Okina's theme. On suggestion. On The Concealed Four Seasons. Okina's first theme. Really good song. I love the chords in this song. Specifically this song. And her second theme is not bad. Like, it's got some good parts. It's got that part where it kind of... Okay, I was just waiting for that to to pop off. It's got that part where everything comes back in and it kind of drops the beat really well in her second theme. And, I don't know, Zun's good at that. Man, this theme though, it's got those like choirs in the back. that kind of support the guitar in the front, and it gives off this really specific feeling, like a really specific vibe. I couldn't describe to you in words properly, honestly. It's like a kind of subdued, kind of almost laid back, but almost like trying at the same time. And this chord, okay, I gotta turn this up. This is just a great song. The piano in this, so much fun to play. So much fun to get your hands on this melody and just. Damn, voice cracking all over the place, man. It's got this kind of downwards progression that Zun's used quite a lot recently. And in Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom as well, he used it. It's kind of this one where it starts at the top and then the bottom note goes down one semitone each time. And it kind of gives this feeling of uneasiness, but also like it sounds really satisfying. I don't remember the exact chord progression, like Roman numerals or whatever, specifically for this one, but he's used this chord progression quite a lot recently. It's quite impressive, especially TOUHOU 16 and 17 pretty much. Oh, and the Zun pit comes in. It's just gold. It just works. There's a very specific sound when Zun pits are over piano runs in the bottom, in the bass, and it hits different. Again. And Concealed 4 Seasons, it really is just one of those songs that stands out from the soundtrack. Like I said before, TOUHOU 16 didn't have that many awesome songs, but this was one of my favorites. This was one I actually did download, which, I don't know, it was TOUHOU 16. In regards to that game, there wasn't many that I downloaded apart from this, like Into Backdoor, maybe the first stage theme. Oh, this part just pays off so well. There's a man, the bass in this part, it's going ham. You can hear it. It's like a muffled, I think it's called fretless bass. I've used it a few times in my songs, and in this song he just lets loose with it. He just spazzes it out like he's shaking a ragdoll around or something. Woohoo! There's a satisfying ending to that song. Oops, I was looking at chat. My apologies. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I think this song has some really cool vibes. It's not the perfect song, but I think for Okina, it's kind of perfect. You know, she's not like trying too hard. She's still like sitting in her wheelchair and just kind of like letting you do all the work while she chucks a shit ton of stuff at you. I didn't really get far into 16. That was one of the games that I actually hooked up to my TV to try and play, like in my living room, and like hooked it up from my laptop at the time, and then got it full screen on the TV, and I was like, connected up the controller and just sat back like, TOUHOU on the big screen. I'm living large. That was one of the first games that I did that, and granted I haven't really done it for that many others. Mainly because I don't really have a big TV now that I'm not at my house, but you know, one can dream. It's still a great game to play. Like gameplay wise, he really stepped it up. TOUHOU 15, I think, had some gameplay innovations like the 2 modes that you could select, but 16, it kind of didn't do too much different, and I think that's what people liked about it. It went back to the old formula, which I think a lot of people were like angry about TOUHOU 15 being like, oh, it's too different, this mode is way too hard. The whole game was way too hard in my opinion, but that was his choice. He made it hard deliberately. In TOUHOU 16, you got a few more crutches, like the seasonal power-ups and stuff. You got a few crutches to lie back on, and you know, you don't get hammered as much. So it's not as absolutely butt-wrenchingly insane as 15 was. And the songs kind of reflect that, with this new drum set that I was talking about before, which is Groove Agent 4, I think. And it's the Elementic set, the Elementic house drum set, which it's got a very soft sound, not like 13, which was more like dubstep. This is just kind of soft, kind of festive almost sounding. It's got these percussion snares, you could call them, that kind of just sound like you're dipping your feet in sand really quickly, you know, like in Minecraft when you step on sand. It's kind of like that sound effect for the snares. It's a very specific drum set. Oh, great payoff. Great payoff to that song. Awesome. Thanks for the suggestion. That was an awesome song to play. Lol-K. That's a very original, very good joke. Okay. So, what do we have? I saw Native Faith before. I'd like to do Native Faith. Let's go to Mountain of Faith. Native Faith is a classic. I'll read the chat for a sec. Do you think Touhou would have any chance of being relevant if it wasn't for the banging music? That is a really good question, actually. I think it would lose a lot of its impact. I think, seriously, like, half of its popularity would probably just diminish if it had, like, crappy music. It might half, maybe most of the popularity, because music is kind of what keeps the fandom going after the game is released. And the characters. The characters come second, though. Oof. Okay, chill out, Suwako. Yeah, it's like Sonic music-wise. If Sonic had a crappy soundtrack, I don't think a lot people would be playing it, you know? I think there'd be significantly less people playing Sonic if the soundtracks were garbage. Ooh, Jesus. Again, it's one of these tracks that is relentless in how it's paced and everything. The tempo is very quick, and it's constantly in double time. Apart from like a bridge, I think, halfway through this song, the whole song is just in double time. And what I mean by double time is it's so it's got the bass that goes and the on top on the second beat, so it's and that's pretty much double time. It just makes the whole song double the tempo pretty much, or feel double the tempo. I just explained double time. What? I don't know. It's an interesting way of kind of making the song faster, but also giving it some more energy. Like some fast songs, they kind of just rattle out all these notes and shit, and you're like, oh my god, where is this going? But this one, it has a solid melody, and the tempo matches the melody pretty well. Except for the piano here, which is like, this is the bridge I was talking about. It's not really double time. It's just kind of still fast. Ooh. And the piano in this song specifically, Zun has even stated, he was like, the song would be incredibly hard to play. Everyone in the community was like, okay, challenge accepted. I'll play this incredibly difficult song that Zun wrote to be difficult. And then they did, and again, it's another example of community being really good at just taking what Zun makes and making something absolutely insane out of it. Ooh, no. And this main melody is just indistinguishable. Wait, not indistinguishable, what am I... Is that how you say it? Distinguishable or indistinguishable? It's unique is what I'm saying. You can notice it from a mile away. It's very Suwako as well. I don't know, a lot of people ask me if Suwako is like my favorite character or whatever. Like my waifu or whatever, and I'm like, no, not really. She's not actually my favorite character. Believe it or not, just because they're your profile picture, or your avatar or whatever, doesn't mean they're your favorite character. And I guess we all have character like phases that we go through, where we're like, ooh, I love this character, I'm gonna paste them everywhere on my social media, and like roleplay as them, maybe, if you're into that kind of thing. But a long time favorite character, Suwako's not one of those. I kind of just chose that out of the blue, because I think it all linked back to that one Pepe frog emote with Suwako like photoshopped on there, like Suwako hair and a hat of Pepe going, "Wee!" which I used in my recent video. If you want to check that out, called "Pull the Trigger, Sanai." I used that specific meme, and I literally could not find that picture of Pepe anywhere else on the internet apart from in my past profile pictures, because I had it as my profile picture for like once back in like 2015. So that's where this whole Suwako thing kind of stemmed from. Like, the character's not... Well, the character's really cool and everything, but it's not my favorite character. My favorite character would probably have to be either Suwako... Oh, not Suwako, wait, mission failed. Utsuho, not Suwako. It'd have to be either Utsuho... God, I'm getting my names mixed up today. Utsuho or Sumiriko. They're like my two favorite characters. There's probably a couple of others that are like third and fourth, but I don't know, tastes change. It's funny because back when I did the when you used to do like, choose your favorite character based off of this like list of this one better than this one, you know? Like the Hunger Games of choosing Touhou characters as your favorite. You remember that website? And that used to be all the rage for a while. And I did that. It was like in 2017 or something. And, you know, we all were like, hey, this is my top favorite character based on all my yes or no answers to these other characters. And I was like, It's not like indicative of your true like feelings or anything, but it was pretty well done how that website worked. And back in the day, guess what my favorite character was? Guess what it was based on what time it was, like how old everyone was back there. Can you guess? I wasn't that far into the Touhou fandom. Can you guess what my favorite character was? I'm interested to see if you can guess. Reimu? No. You may think Reimu. Nuclear Burbuba Cerno? No. Somebody get it, come on. Marissa, Alice? None of those. Sakuya? That's the right game, Sakuya. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Flandre, there we go. Cold Life? Got it. It was Flandre. And is anyone surprised at all? Literally Flandre. That's like everyone's first like top favorite character. Doremi, I don't even think I knew who Doremi was when I first joined. Dragon Slaying Princess? Okie dokie. Which one was that? Which one is Dragon Slaying Princess? Is that Smoking Dragon? Yeah, it makes sense, definitely. Yikes, no. Gets cancelled? Flandre's Flandre. Yeah. I don't know. That's just the character that everybody picks when they first enter this fandom. Blue Eye theme? Okay. Let's do that. Which one was that? Do I have Blue Eye theme? There it is, Blue Eye. I literally call it Blue Eye theme. 18 Extra Boss. Momoyo. Was that the Extra Boss's name? Momoyo? I remember when Megumu was introduced. Ooh, loud. Loud. Okay, let's turn it up a little bit. Megumu is such an interesting character. I literally, when I first started like Touhou 18 and saw Megumu, I was like, hey look! Megamind. I think a lot of people made that joke just because the name sounded similar, you know? Like how we were all making fun of Mike being pronounced Mike and not Mike. This theme is pretty good. It's not the best, not the worst. It's kind of out there in terms of themes. It's above average, but the fact that it uses a input right off the bat, I think, demerits points for me. Oh my god, that was that sequence there. What happens then? Why are you killing me like this? Yeah, I don't know. This theme, it's certainly unique in some ways, but at the same time, it sounds kind of similar to other stage 4 bosses, like TOUHOU 6's stage 4, not 6, 16's stage 4 boss. Kind of sounds similar to this. I do like how it goes up a key and leaves the Zunput and the piano. And I do like how the piano is doing off notes, kind of syncopating with the Zunput here. And then it just starts spazzing out in the back. I think it makes for good music when Zun kind of jumps the piano around. Damn, I actually forgot that that part there where it goes do do do. I actually forgot that part existed. Oh my god, this is it's a difficult section of the song to play. Damn, I don't know if I've ever listened to this song the whole way through. I think this is actually brand new to me, this part. Okay, no, I've heard this part before. Never mind. I probably just heard it like once before. I used it in that meme when TOUHOU 18 came out. When TOUHOU 18 came out, I used it in a meme of Charlie going like, woo! And like they were changing color of the meme from like blue to red. Jesus, this song is tough to play. Good for listening, hard for, yeah. This is tough to play, honestly. I might have to focus up. Cause like I'm trying to commentate as well as play. But sometimes, you know, when I was playing, what was I playing last week? When I was playing Deltarune and I was defeating Spamton, I literally just had to shut up for like half of the Spamton Neo fight. Cause like I had to like focus up and shit, you know? Obviously this is not as hard, in my opinion. It's pretty hard for most people, but I've just grown up playing Audiosurf, so it's not too bad for me. Ooh. I probably should have given an epilepsy warning at the start of this stream, to be honest. Is this game... well, it's pretty obvious, it's very epileptic. It kind of throws a lot at you. Oh my god. Stop hitting him. Jesus, whoever chose this song just absolutely chose death for me. See, if you hit too many greys in this, it's game over, buddy. That's why the incentive is there to not hit greys. But in songs where, like, sometimes it forces you to hit greys almost, because the things are too tight together. I don't know, sometimes you just can't help it. I think it's the piano in the back. I think it's the piano that's spazzing in the back. Oh. This is a really well composed theme. Now that I'm hearing it again, like, I'm hearing all the subtleties to it. When he layers two inputs on top of each other, it's such a hit or miss, eh? Ooh. But this time I think it hit. It hit well. It is one of the standout themes from TOUHOU 18, this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, apologies, commentary dying. Okay, we're good. Whew, yikes. It's really hard to play TOUHOU music on piano. Yeah, I don't know if I could play that song on piano. I could try, but it would just, like, I'd have to play it slower, pretty much. Not a fan of this theme. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's a hit or miss with these themes. Least favorite character. That is an interesting question. I'm probably going to offend a lot of people here, but I might say the dog character with the horn on its head. Not really a dog, that kind of hangs around the shrine. I actually forgot her name. it's kind of a forgettable character. Idolatrize World. Okay, Idolatrize World and Extend Ash. Everyone talks about your favorite, what's the least? Yeah, I don't know, I think that's my least favorite character. Before we do Idolatrize World, yeah, Ornn. I'm probably gonna absolutely ruffle feathers saying Ornn. She was just kind of a forgettable character to me. So yeah, we'll do Idolatrize World, but first, I have a little surprise for you lads. It's called a YTPMV, and it's by Mariona Top Hat. And I just thought, I don't know, it's 38 seconds long. We'll just do a quick funny. It was a little bit of a funny track. A little bit of an epic funny track. I'll let you guys listen.
My name's Hard Rock Joe, and I hope you like punk music, because there's a punk song that I wrote for Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Can you tell what this is? Poggers if you know what this one is. Like, one in the chat if you know what this is from. I'm gonna turn this up more. It's a really good YTPMV by Mariona Top Hat. Suck! I'm seeing some ones, that's good to see. Suck. Yeah, that's just a really high quality YTPMV that I wanted you guys to hear. Vaguely familiar. Yeah, Mariona Top Hat, he does really good shitposts. But, I don't know, I just decided to play that. So, Idolatrize World! Let's go! There it is. Reverse ideology? Sure thing. I'm glad people knew where that was from. Reminds me of a Kirby song. It is literally a YTPMV of a Kirby song. And if you don't know what a YTPMV is, just Google it. Just YouTube it. You'll go down a rabbit hole that you won't regret. It is a very fun rabbit hole to go down to. Original songs from Kirby. Yeah, it's kind of Silver Gunner-esque. Ooh, it's a tad loud. It's a tad quiet. That's better. Yeah, it's just a great YTPMV. Idolatrize World Time. I really like this song. I'm gonna be honest. Probably my favorite song from TOUHOU 17. Jellystone haters, Jellystone lovers, actually, probably hate me for that. But this is probably my favorite song. I'd consider it the best in the game. It's probably one of the best final boss themes Zun has ever done, in my opinion. It's just so good. This part with just the piano and the drum beat in the back. And again, that's a TOUHOU 16 drum kit, but it's just so good. And I'll probably be like nutting this entire time over how good this song is. And this guitar that comes in here, very DDC sounding guitar, and it's mixed really well. Like, Zun has got his mixing game down packed, and mixing a song, like, it's all well and good composing a song, but if it's mixed poorly, it's still gonna sound like a piece of shit, no matter how well the song is composed. And as soon as you master mixing, then you can actually start putting your songs out there, you know? And it's really hard. Mixing is really hard. And I love how it brings back Eastern theme. It's just great. This part is so good. It's nut. The Zun pit sounds so smooth. I don't know what he did to the Zun pit. It's like the smoothest I've heard a Zun pit. Like, it doesn't destroy your ears unless you have it up way too loud. It's really smooth and the texture is perfect. And I love how right away it doesn't continue the dun-dun-dun. It goes into this kind of sub-melody here. It like kind of gibates you. And then like brings it right back to the dun-dun-dun. Like right here. It's just ecstasy. It's amazing. Oh, Zun, he's so good at this. He can't keep getting away with it. He really tried with this song, and it shows. And the guitar comes in, and it's pitched up. Doesn't get much better. And I've learned this song like as much as I can without going too in depth into it. I've learned how to play the main melody, and it's so much fun. You can like add all these different notes on top of the main melody, so it's not just do-do-do. You can put like all these different corresponding notes that don't detract from it. Oh, it's just such a good motif. It's like 2 notes that are just perfect. What theme is this? I never played 17. Oh, you're missing out, buddy. Well, you don't have to play it. You can watch it, or just at least search up the OST, because this is the final boss theme. Kiyoki's theme. Idolatrize World. It's a good one. It's a great one. It's probably the best theme of the soundtrack. The stage 1 theme as well is probably my second favorite. And then maybe the stage 6 theme. But I don't know, I'm kind of growing tired of stage 6 themes sharing the same motif as the boss. I know it's great thematically because it's like leading up to this final boss, but I don't know, I think recently I've gotten kind of sick of it. And I'm glad Zun's kind of mixing it up with 18. It wasn't the same melody, was it? Maybe there was hints of it in there, but I think it was mostly different, the stage 6 theme. Unless I'm mistaken. That's why I'm glad TOUHOU 16 switched up the formula. And didn't make the motif for stage 6 just the motif for the boss, but less. You know, Into Backdoor was a completely different track. It had nothing to do with Okina at all. And I guess this main melody, the main melody of this song, the dun-dun-dun, it's good enough that I can probably accept it being used in, like, you know, the stage 6 theme, maybe a couple of other themes throughout the game, like the credits theme. Oh, it's just so good. Take a sip every time I say it. It's just so good. Oh, we'll get a dono. Little Mr. Doom wants me to do Necro Fantasia. Thanks for the 5, man. I will definitely do Necro Fantasia, and that is that is a great suggestion, might I add. Awesome song. We're just gonna finish this one off first. I think when it comes to this main melody, he really couldn't go wrong. As soon as he came up with it, whatever he put it with, it was just that good that he could put it with pretty much any chords. Most chords that are in that kind of key and range. But it just gets your head bobbing, you know? My head is definitely bobbing right now. And your head bobbing, your foot tapping, you know, your finger kind of... Anyone else, if anyone in the chat plays piano as well, can you attest to this? I sometimes, like, tap out melodies with my fingers, like I'm playing them on piano, but, like, on any surface. Does anyone else do this? Any piano players in the chat do this? Like, you know a melody, and you just kind of tap it out? I think that's really, like, cathartic. And really, like, therapeutic to just tap out a melody, especially when you're listening to that melody. Like, yes? Yes, very? Finally, a fellow tapper. I don't know what to call it. Like, it's a weird habit that I do. Like, on any hard surface, pretty much. Like, it doesn't even matter if I'm doing the right, like, finger movements. As long as I'm, like, tapping out the main piano melody, it's so satisfying. I can't describe it. Especially when it's a song you know how to play on piano, like, really well. It's very fun to do. And I'm glad people in chat can relate to this. I didn't actually think there would be anybody that did do that, but I'm happy. I'm surprised. Pleasantly surprised. That's Idolatrize World, baby. Love that song. Like how long you press the notes. Yeah, I guess. It's just kind of, you know, the main melody. You tap it out. Like, kind of... I could do it here and make a little sound, like... You kind of just tap out the main melody, and it's nice. Do that too, and I'm not even a piano player? Wow, okay. That's really interesting. It's probably just a thing that people normally do. Alright, Necro Fantasia time. Thanks to that mad lad who dropped $5. Necro Fantasia. Awesome song. Can't wait to do it on Audiosurf. I can play the piano part of Giorno's theme. Dude, me too. I literally... That's a lot of fun to play. Giorno's theme, the piano part, where it goes... It's great. I'm assuming this song specifically is going to be very hard. Loud. Let's ooh. Jesus. Okay. Let's get this volume right. Let me know if it's too loud. I think this is already too loud. And there's a... Right off the bat, there's a synth in this song that I think it's literally the same synth used for Owen Was Her. It's like a square lead synth. It's kind of compressed and bit crushed a little bit, but it sounds really good. And this song, there's so much going on in it. It's really an impressive song from a composing point of view. It stays heavy, but also it's got this like powerful melody in the front. Like it's got a heavy atmosphere because Yukari is menacing as hell. She can open portals with eyes inside of it. It's kind of creepy, it's kind of spooky. Yukari's just a really good villain, and this song is really good. It's really good at keeping the villainous vibe, but also making a banging sort of melody out of it. I can play this on piano as well. This part specifically. The other parts, it's kind of just a little bit too difficult. This part is really cool though. This part gets me giblets rustled, if you know what I'm saying. It's that synth. It's that Owen Was Her square lead synth. And there's a bass in the back that's just going... It kind of blends together really well. And the thing about this instrument though, and I understand why Zone hasn't used it too much, because it's a very overpowering instrument. As you can hear in most of these, it's a super overpowering instrument. It just takes over whatever is going on in the foreground. This doesn't stop it from being an awesome song. I just, you know, I wouldn't recommend turning it up all the way. You blast yourself in the ears just at the start. I love how the melodies are developed and kept the same pretty much, but also slight differences. But like, this is where he pitched it down a key, but you don't notice that it's pitched down a key because he does it in such a way where it sounds different. Different enough where you could think that it was pitched up a key. Oh my god. I am perishing. Like, this part is pitched down, but your brain is like, oh, it sounds different. But it doesn't sound like obviously pitched down. Man, and the loop is phenomenal. When Zun does the loop with the drums and it goes like... It's awesome. He did it in Flanders theme. And he uses these drums and just goes... It's really fun. It's great when he just uses the drums in like sporadic patterns that sound like you're like spazzing them with the drumstick, I guess. But it's all synth. It's all synth drums. None of this is like performed live or anything. But I've yet to see if you could perform it live. Like, I don't know, could you set up a thing where the piano has like the main synth in it, and then have all the sounds like sound the same? Have the piano sound the same? Like, you could probably rig up the drums to sound at least semi-similar if you had a really good drum person. I guess you'd have to omit some of these drums because some of them just go way too fast for you to do, realistically. Like that, with the bass drum going like... That was a snare drum, but... Man, this part is just great. It brings out the main melody and just shoves it center stage. And just kind of says, go wild, show us what you got, man. Show us what you got, pal. Do your hardest dance, do your fattest dab. It goes off, man. You can see why there's so many remixes. And I love how it repeats the main melody, but in a way that adds notes on the top and the bottom that make it different, so it doesn't sound like the same melody. That's really cool. And this is pretty early on in Zun's like composing history. Compared to how long he's been doing it. This was TOUHOU 7. He'd only done like 7 games at that point. Which, in terms of TOUHOU, it's not that many. Compared to how many he's done today. Oh, it's just... It kind of concludes in a really satisfying manner. And I desperately want that in more modern Zun songs. You know, like where it takes the melody and... There's a technique called a pickety third, where it goes major key. And that happens right here. That's a major key. It's a pickety third. A very specific musical term where it kind of changes from a minor into a major. Man, what an awesome song. Isn't this one of his favorite works? Is it actually? Is it one of Zun's favorite songs? I would be really interested to know if Zun has publicly said this is like his favorite song or something. Because you can see he had a lot of fun doing that. Should I force my ears to listen to it on full volume? No. Alright, Hartman Yokai Girl. Where... It's subterranean animism? Was that... Yeah, okay. I can't believe I forgot what game Koishi was from. Okay, Reverse Ideology after this. I've seen that a few times. Apologies if I forget sometimes. And don't, like, start a riot if I can't get every single suggestion, so... Ooh. Oh, this song. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Great song. Hartman's Yokai Girl. I gotta give it to Zun. He made something completely new. I think before this, there was only like, I don't know, Flandere's theme. And this is kind of a precursor to News theme almost. With that crazy kind of feeling and time signature. The time signature in this song is all over the place. It's nuts. I forgot what it is. It's like 3/4, but it goes to 8/4 or something. I've literally forgotten what the time signature is. It changes. Like, it actively changes. And then at one point it sounds like it's 4/4. It could be 6/8 actually. But regardless, Zun was not expecting like to make a normal song with this. He wasn't trying to make it generic. He deliberately pushed himself out of the way to make this. And the pianos when they're going dun 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 boom boom boom. It's just it's those 3 notes jumping down. Those 3 chords rather. It makes it so unique. And this part is like, I've seen this remixed with Flandere's theme a lot. Where it's like because like It's basically, this part is in 4/4, right? If I'm not mistaken. 5/8. Yike. It's nuts, and I think Flandery's theme just works pretty well into this part. I think the instruments are quite similar as well. Funnily enough, he uses sort of similar instruments for extra bosses. Like it's never really a Zunpit as the main melody. In the old extra bosses. In the new ones maybe, yeah. But the extra bosses generally have like a weird synth. And this sounds like it's got an electric piano in the back. Like kind of accompanying it. Flandre X Kushi. Oh? Whoa? I like how everybody ships that. Like, it's like there's a single person that doesn't go, yeah, Flandre Kushi, not for me. I think everybody's just like, extra bosses should be together, you know? In saying that, it is not what's intended at all, and that is purely the fandom talking. Damn, there was a graphic there that literally blocked my view for a second. Slightly dangerous. Like it clipped through my vehicle. It's pretty freaking dangerous, bro. I don't know, this game, it came out years ago. It's a very old game. It's like early 2000s. So it's got a few bugs. It's not visually, it's not the best. I'm just in it for the gameplay, man. I'm in it for that sweet ride, and the fact that you can put any music into it. There's a bass in this that is kind of Mountain of Faith-ish. Specifically in this part. There's a bass. It's like a plucked bass, like it sounds like a banjo almost. And it's used in a Mountain of Faith, that bass. Specifically a lot. Quite a lot in that soundtrack. Because it had more of an earthy vibe to it. Like more of a festive kind of earthy feeling to Mountain of Faith. So they used like almost like a banjo, like a earthy sounding guitar. And it works really well. As a bass, you couldn't have gone wrong. And the fact that it's plucked, the fact that there's like a almost percussion noise with the plucking, makes it stand out amongst all of the other crazy crap going on in these songs. Which is what makes it a great bass to use. And I've even used this kind of bass in one of my unreleased songs that one day I'll release. It's just kind of sitting there, you know. I've got so many music projects that are, you know, like half complete. And they're really good, and I'm really excited for them, but it's like, you know. And then there's a fair few that I have finished, and I'm just waiting to like put them in animations. Tangents aside, Kushi theme. I have a Kushi Fumo. She's literally sitting right next to my monitor right now. I'll give her a pat for you guys. I have a Kushi Fumo. Just kind of flexing, you know. Now it's in 4/4. Yeah, it changes time signature a lot in that song. It's pretty wild. What was some of the other? Pandemonic Planet. Pandemonic Planet. You bet your sweet bippy. That is a really good one. And Zun did a remix. Like himself, he did a remix of Pandemonic Planet. After this, give me some Deltarune songs to play. We'll hop back over to some Deltarune songs after this. Because there's a few more songs in there that I'd like to play on Audiosurf. But I haven't actually tried most of them yet. Whoa! Hikaisha, calm down. Okay, it's a little too calm. It's a little less too calm. That's better. This is a good volume. Again, I hope the volume isn't too loud. I can't really tell on my end unless I stop and do a thorough check. I hope the audio looks good. But I'm kind of happy to be doing Pandemonic Planet. I don't think I've ever done this in Audiosurf, and I've done a lot of TOUHOU songs in Audiosurf before. But this one I don't think I've ever done. So I'm interested to see how the main beat drop goes in this song. there is indeed a lot to be said about this song in that case. It's kind of a very strange bell thing on the top, almost like a ringing bell. And I think again that's part of Retrolog, because this is from TOUHOU 15. TOUHOU 15 used a lot of Retrolog sounds. ZUN was kind of grabbing sounds from everywhere on that VST. Favorite TOUHOU song? I think you wouldn't be misplaced in that judgment. A lot of people consider it their favorite one as well. If you like this song, go search up the remix by ZUN, the official ZUN rearrange. Oh, that was dangerous. Yeah, go search up the remix by ZUN. It's phenomenal. He basically makes the main beat drop of this song even better. I don't know what's possible. They're kind of minimal changes in a way, but the piece is in a different key. Some of the instruments are changed. I think the tempo is actually different. And it's an official ZUN arrange, so there's all these new melodies that you didn't expect to be layered on top of this song. And the song has a consistent drum beat. You can hear it's going, and that's why there's so many of these goddamn greys on the map. And again, it's an extra boss, so we got a synth as the main instrument here, with kind of that bell over the top. And that synth is used a lot in TOUHOU 15. I tried to play the bass on this, and failed miserably. Alright, here comes the beat drop. I want to see how this beat drop goes. Yeah, baby! I love this beat drop, it's so good. It brings the ZUN pits in. So satisfying. That part, and then it goes up a key and adds this kind of flute thing. It's really good. It reminds me of Dorami's theme a lot, but way more intense. Because this chick has like planets in her hands. I bet ZUN is never going to use this character again. She is far too OP. Like she's the Queen of Hell or something? And she has like Earth and the Moon in both hands. I don't know, Hikashi's a very interesting character. She's used in the comics. But it seems like she's just screwing around with everybody in the comics. Oh, Jesus. Chill out, Audiosurf. Chill out. I'm flapping all over the place. Yeah, I don't know, Hikashi's like a menacing villain and all, but it feels like she just screws with people most of the time. Like, just messes with them on a sort of a Yukari level, almost. I don't know, would Yukari or Hikashi be more powerful? Who would be stronger? Leave let me know what you think. Hikashi or Yukari would be stronger? I'm not actually sure lore-wise. I don't keep up with the lore as much as I want to. Because there's just so much of it. There's heaps of lore in TOUHOU. But I'm wondering who is more powerful. Hikashi? Funny you should say that. Hikashi's the strongest. That's about what I expected. She is like... Oh, did ZUN say she's the strongest? Did ZUN literally just outright say she's the strongest? Because it wouldn't surprise me. Like, Yukari's constantly seen as like the strongest villain or whatever in the series, because she's got portals and shit. But Hikashi just straight up holds the earth in her hand. But is it the actual earth? I don't know. Like I said, TOUHOU lore is very complex. If you want to delve into it and you have like days on end to spend, I guess in lockdown you probably do. If you are in lockdown still. Well, like, it's a huge rabbit hole to dive down. Flandre would be strongest? That's the thing, like, Flandre is hardly ever used. So, how would we know how she compares to other characters, right? Like, Hikashi, she shows up in the manga, she shows up at quite a few places. But like, Flandre, she's used once in 6. Once in, what, like 16.5? She's in like one of those stories with Rinnosuke in it. She's in one of those. And then she just disappears. She's never used again, so I don't know. That kind of indicates that she could be like the most powerful. Beat drop again time, boys. Hell yeah. Up. Yeah, it's just so good. And there's a bass here, and it kind of thumps you along. It thumps you through the awesome groove, complementing the melody pretty well, might I add. The melody kind of hits on syncopated parts of the bass drum, and I like it. It goes up a key, and the piano is going wild. See, it's a classic Zun technique, but it's a crowd pleaser, you know? It's used a lot. It used to be used quite little, actually. Got it, baby. Clicked in here on accident. Very glad I did, dude. Happy to have you. Or, well, that's a heavy assumption. Person who I appreciate for clicking on my stream. I'm happy to have you. Ooh, Jesus. I'm glad we can just kind of vibe, you know. I miss doing Audiosurf streams, because it's pretty much one of my favorite games to play. In this day and age, Audiosurf trumps all. It's a very fun game. We'll do a few more Deltarune songs. So suggest some Deltarune songs. Give me some Chapter 2 songs. Not Chapter 1. I only got Chapter 2. Now's your chance to be a big shot. She destroyed the fourth wall. Oh yeah, Junker. World revolving. I don't have... As soon as I say don't suggest Chapter 1 Deltarune, I'm seeing Chapter 1 ones. Gosh dang it. Big Shot? Did I do Big Shot? No, I don't think I did. Did I do Big Shot? Maybe I did? Big Shot, Big Shot. Strawberry Crisis. I do have Strawberry Crisis. If we have some time at the end, I'll do Big Shot. I mean, Strawberry Crisis. No, we're doing Big Shot now. I'm sorry, I'm muddling words. I'm too much of a big shot to speak English properly. Oh, yike. I don't know, I'm having like Vietnam flashbacks. Did we do this on stream already? Okay, I don't think we did. We did? We did it? We did it? Well, we literally did it. Cyberfields? Yeah, okay, we'll do... We did Cyberfields as well. We did both of those. I just have dementia and can't remember. Okay, give me some other ones. Either of Jevil themes. I don't have Chapter 1 ones. My apologies, but I don't have Chapter 1 ones. Do the other Big Shot. Now's your chance to be up. That is a good song. Oh, we could do Pandora Palace after this. 3 people say it in a row. Alright, we'll do Pandora Palace after this. After, now's your chance to be a Big Shot. This one's great. This one's awesome. It uses like Napster Blue songs. Shining Needle Castle. Well, if we have time at the end, suggest some songs, some TOUHOU songs at the end. This is a great song. There's so many unique sounds in Spamton's songs, but they work so well. He uses these weird sounds. Literally, in the song Big Shot, the main melody is played with like 2 notes, like semitone right next to each other. And in every other song, that would sound terrible, but in the Spamton Neo fight, where everything is literally crazy anyway, that weird discordant sound just works. When I heard this for the first time, I was legitimately so confused. I was like, wait, did the game break? Why is this guy speaking like like broken like spam text emails? And that's exactly what it's supposed to be. So Pandora Palace. That's down here, right? Where is that? There it is. I do like Pandora Palace, and I see it on stream when I streamed. I streamed the whole of Deltarune Chapter 2, by the way. Check them out if you want to see the VODs. When I said it on stream that Pandora Palace was basically a Touhou fighting game song, I was not lying. Because it pretty much is. It basically is. But with like the organ in the back and the drum beat, it's like a Touhou, I don't know, 14.5 song, you know? Or 15.5 even. It would work really well in either of those games, but the fact that Toby managed to do it in Deltarune, it speaks volumes. Woo, 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 woo. I love that Queen noise, that's a lot of fun. Voicing Queen in Chapter 2 was so much fun. It's just generally fun to voice characters in games, and the Queen has such an eccentric personality that it's so fun that like you just can't resist having a goof with the character voice and being like, "Oh, I'm the Queen. Yes, yes, kill yourself." Like the Queen is totally like that kind of asshole character. Lots of fun to play. Again, if you haven't seen the VOD, I pretty much voiced like all the characters. I mean, a lot of people do that. Am I the only one going around watching everyone's perspective of playing Chapter 2? Like, I just can't get enough of the game, so I'm watching like Jacksepticeye, like Vinesauce Joel, Mr. T Lexify, a COD Zombies YouTuber played it. Am I the only one that just goes around and watches multiple different people? Call Me Carson, he played it. I watched that VOD. It's just fun seeing different people's reactions to grazing was in Chapter 1. Yeah, grazing in Deltarune it's a Touhou mechanic. It literally is a Touhou mechanic. Yeah, Vinesauce Joel played it. He's in the process of uploading the VODs to YouTube, so if you want to YouTube it and you got some hours to spend, I've only just started watching Joel, but already his voices are great, so we've done Attack of the Killer Queen, Mr. Premium. We did that way early on in the stream. Do you have a link for the Pandemonic Planet rearrange you mentioned? It is okay, yeah. Admittedly, it's quite an obscure arrangement of Pandemonic Planet. It was part of an album he did. I could post a link in the chat if you want. Let me see if I can find that actually, because it's a really good arrange. Pandemonic Planet Zoom arrange. That's pretty much all you gotta search to get it, I believe. Wait, oh yeah, it comes up with remixes. How annoying. What album was it from again? It's pretty obscure. Like I'll forgive you for not finding it. I think it was part of one of his most recent albums. Does anyone Dateless Bar? Yeah, I think it was Dateless Bar actually. Dateless Bar Old Adam. I'm pretty sure that's the right album. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. This is it. I will post it in chat. Go check that out if you want. It's a really good arrangement. I'd recommend it. Anyway, let's do a couple more songs. Nightmare Night arrangement. Oh, Nightmare Night. That is a really good Toby Fox song. Yeah, enjoy that remix. Dateless Bar Old Adam has some real gems. So it's pronounced Rules. Okay, we'll do that one. And then we'll do one more, and then we will end the stream. Where is it? There it is. I'm pretty sure I literally lost this boss fight when I played it. It's a cool song. I'm glad Toby finally did an arrangement of Rules Card. Oh Jesus! Some. You got some drums to this song. Rules Card's voice is so difficult to do without sounding like a maniac to like neighbors and shit. Because I don't want to be like, oh, I Rules Card, thou hast to kill me, eat my ass. This is a really cool arrangement though. It's so goofy. Such a goofy song. It's a lot of fun. Like, everyone was waiting for an official, like, battle theme from Rules Card. Because his normal theme that goes for like 20 seconds would work really well into a battle theme as it is. But, I don't know. Rules' voice is so good. I mean, what do you mean, my voice? Because my voice, I sound like a dying duck. There's like a sound at the end of that song that's like, Alright boys, final song, what's the final song gonna be? Give me a suggestion. It could be Welcome to the City. But I'll take suggestions. Birdly, what, like Birdly normal theme? Which yeah, cool, but it's like 30 seconds long, Birdly normal theme, right? I guess most of these are like one loop. Deal gone wrong? What's deal gone wrong? Play Birdly, Cyber Battle, Sands, Birdly. Okay. Well, we'll do Birdly, and because Birdly's so short, we could also do Welcome to the City. And then that could be it. There is a lot of great songs on this soundtrack, and I might play a few of them in the future. Oh Jesus. Okay, because the song is so short, we'll do Welcome to the City as well. I love the synth here. It's so like squishy. It's a squishy synth, and he reuses the synth in the Queen battle. Why are you twisting, Audiosurf? Why are you twisting around? Audiosurf normally twists when something huge happens, and this was just like, ah yes, Birdly, my queen. I will stop you from killing Noelle. You can't do it. That's my Birdly voice. It's kind of like Snake, but like mixed in with higher voices. KFC's new theme. This is what happens when you enter KFC. You hear Birdly's theme, and you hear "Welcome to KFC." Okay, Welcome to the City, and that's our final song. Love this song. Welcome to the City is great. It's one of those songs that was yeah, Otacon. It's like a mix of Snake and Otacon. Welcome to the City is one of those songs that was literally like released years before Chapter 2 came out. I think it's it takes motifs from one of his other songs that he did. It's called like 73, I think. He did he arranged a song for a vocalist. It's a pretty good song. I'd recommend it, but it uses like the same motifs as this one. I know, I'm a Toby Fox nerd. I think everyone is at this point after seeing Chapter 2. Everyone's hooked on Toby Fox. Toby Fox's sweet, sweet drug. Hold on. Happy birthday, Potato Man. Have a good one. Like, what time is it? Is it the start of the day? Because if it's the morning, then I hope you have a great birthday. If it's night, I hope you had a great birthday. Like, when birthdays come around, I don't know, nowadays I just seem to kind of forget people's birthdays, even my own. Or like on my birthday, I'm like, it's my birthday, nothing special. Kind of depressing, but I do wish other people happy birthdays, and regardless of how I experience my birthdays. I don't know how we got on the topic of birthdays. Actually, no, I do know how. Happy birthday, Potato Man. This part threw me off. This part of the song threw me off completely. Because it goes into minor when you think it's going to go to major. It absolutely threw me for a loop. Like, you think it's gonna go to minor, no, major, and then it goes to minor, and then you think it's gonna go to minor, and it goes to major. It subverts your expectations. Another song Toby has done so well in doing that. God, the rearrange of the song where it's slower and Snowgrave Route. I did Snowgrave Route, by the way. For those wanting to know, I did Snowgrave Route in my own time. And you know, it's pretty dark. But yeah, Din Mancubus. I definitely experienced that a lot of the time. It's just like I survived another year. Yay. Thanks for coming to the stream, boys. That's all the songs I got time for today. I hope you had a good time. I hope you all got your songs that you requested. Hope I played as many as I played as many as I could. I tried to accommodate for most of them, but obviously our donations get priority. Strawberry Crisis. Well, there's always next time. It's basically guaranteed at this point that I'm going to do another audio stream in the future. Audiosurf stream in the future. See you, lads. It's been really fun. I enjoyed this. It's good to just kind of vibe, you know? Even if it's only a couple hours. See you, boys. See you, lads. I can't wait for the next Sprite split. Ooh, you better... You best be ready. I won't say any more, but you best be ready. Thanks for the chill stream, dude. Appreciate it, Dodge Viper. You have a good day. You have a good day, lads. Birdley's the gamer, he respawns. Alright, lads, I'll see you later. It's been cool. It's been fun. 5 a.m. right now. Well, hope you have a good day.